Hi everyone, today we're going to be looking at how to make a beautiful Christmas card using Anna Griffin's Duet Embossing folders. Now they are actually all occasion embossing folders, but what I've done is I've taken one of them, which is the frame embossing folder, and I've turned it into a Christmas edition, and I'd like to show you how I've done that. So taking the folder, running it through your die cutting machine, embossing it, I've embossed a square piece of card. Now this is actually Anna Griffin's own card, so you can see the pattern on it. Now from that, where the pattern's embossed, I've actually taken it one step further and I've added pearl drops between the pattern. I don't know if you can see that. Between each of the designs on the pattern, I've just taken a little bit of time to add a pearl drop. I've used the Tonic Nuvo drops in bright gold, this one, for this design. So that's how I've made the frame, literally running it through the machine, embossing it. I've taken the centre out using a press cut die, and then I added the pearl drops. The next thing that I'm going to use on my card is the backing paper to make the matten layer, like so. Now I've chosen red card, and again I've added pearl drops around the edge to make a frame for everything to sit in. It's sized a little bit smaller than the 8x8 card that it's going to sit on, and I would like to show you how I've done this, because it's really simple when you know how. It looks time consuming and it isn't. I've got a really quick way of showing you how to do it. So I'm going to do it on a slightly smaller piece of card just to save time. I've got an embossing, I don't know what you'd call it, an embossing mat that's got the ridges in. It's like a box maker or a card folder. And the only thing that I do use it for is the boxes and to score lines around a blank matte layer to create a frame. So what I did was I butted the card up to the edge and I've literally scored it twice, turned it round, scored it again, and I've done that all the way around the edge of the card. So that gives me the sized frame and the lines to follow when using my pearl drops. Plus also it is a very neat edge. It's very neat for something to sit in the middle, a sentiment. You can add your flowers, embellishments around the outside. So that's how I've scored it to get the lines. Now if you've never used pearl drops or the Nuvo drops before, this is an ideal way to actually use them to begin with until you get going with them and you can maybe do it in a straight line without. So I've just zoomed in so that you can see how I add the pearl drops, and I literally take the pearl drops to the card, squeeze, pull up, let it flow itself. If you get a bunged up end, which you know is a problem some of us have at some point, you just want a piece of kitchen roll or similar, squeeze a little bit out, clean the nozzle. Okay, so then we can go back to our card and you'll find that will make the drops flow a lot easier. So then you can take them all the way around the card like so, just squeeze and pull up, and as you get going you get into a kind of rhythm with them so that you'll be able to take it all the way around the edges of your card like so. Now if for any reason when you've started off and the drops were a little bit smaller than before, just go back to them, add a little bit before they dry, just to resize them to get them all similar. Now it's only a finishing touch, so they don't have to be 100% perfect, but that's how I've made the frame edge for the base layer that's going to go on our card, just on a larger scale. So I'll just zoom out so that you can see me put it together. I'm going to be working on an 8x8 square blank card. So I'm going to start off by adding our first layer, which is the red pearl dot edge card, and I'm just going to add a little bit of tape from the glue runner. Now normally if you're going to use something that's got any texture on, I would add tape before I start. So let's just add that to our blank card like so. Smooth it down. So next I've got the frame for the centre. Now this, as I say, is the embossed frame from the Duet folder. I've added a little bit of 3D foam to the back of it because I want some height to the actual frame itself. So I'm just going to peel the back of the foam from it like so, and then we'll place it into the centre of the card and see how that looks. Okay, so let's position that in the centre, roughly there. That's about right. Press it down. So we've got a little bit of height to our frame. Next I've taken a sentiment from Anna Griffin's Christmas sticker kit, and this is the Merry Christmas one, and I've also cut a layer for it to sit on. So I'm going to peel it, the back of it off, and I'm just going to place it onto the white mat that I've already cut like so, and I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the back of it, and I'm going to pop that into the centre of our frame so it sits neatly in the middle like so. So we've got the sticker that looks like it's been matte and layered a few times, but we've actually only put it on one layer to sit in the centre. Next, because I'm known for my flowers, I couldn't let you down at Christmas, and I've made some Christmas poinsettias. These were simply stamped and cut out, and then I've made stamens and centres for them. The leaves, believe it or not, were actually on bright green paper, and I've inked them and blended it to make them look more Christmassy. So we've got the 3 Christmas poinsettias, and I'm going to literally position them where I think they want to go before I stick them down, just to make sure that I like where I'm putting them and that they look right. So yep, they look perfect there, I think, not too much. So I shall stick those down. The stamps I used to make the poinsettias were from a range called Chloe's Stamps, and I'm sure you'll be able to find them if you look online. But I did just stamp them and cut them out. The leaves were die cut, and they were from a die set that has poinsettias in as well. But I didn't think they were right for this card. They were a little bit too big. So I shall put the name of the poinsettia set underneath in the description so that you know where it's from and what it's called. So I'll just add glue to the last one. There we go, and pop that in the corner like so. Actually, if you noticed where I put the pearl drops in the corner, there was a little bit of a gap, and that's where I'm sticking the poinsettia over, just in case you're thinking how's she going to stick that over the pearl drops. So that's our card finished, and it's been a simple quick card. I've shown you the process of how to add the dots to the edges and how you can score the edge to get a straight line to follow for your dots, and then the embossing for the frame in the centre and adding the sticker. So as you can see, once you know how, it is easy, just like anything really, once you know how. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this demonstration, and I'll see you next time.